Saru actor Doug Jones addresses his Star Trek future and would show he could appear in immediately 1 year after Discovery ending. It's been a year since the climactic conclusion of Star Trek, Discovery's fourth season, and the Star Trek universe continues to buzz with speculation about where its beloved characters might appear next. Among those fans are fervent followers of one of the franchise's most enigmatic figures, Saru, the Kelpien who captured hearts with his intelligence, empathy, and understated heroism. For Saru, though, his story feels less like an ending and more like a pause. And it's a pause that has Doug Jones, the actor behind the character, thinking about new frontiers. Doug Jones is no stranger to the fantastical. With decades of work in creature performance and prosthetics-heavy roles, he has made a career of bringing extraordinary beings to life in ways that are both physically compelling and emotionally resonant. But Saru holds a special place in the actor's career. Saru is unique because he's a character that grows over time, that learns, that feels the weight of the universe. Jones explains. You start out with this alien who's cautious and reactive, and over the course of Discovery, he becomes a leader, a warrior, and someone who genuinely embodies the Starfleet ideals. When Discovery wrapped, Saru had undergone a full arc, from being the first Kelpien to serve in Starfleet, to grappling with the traumatic loss of his homeworld, to eventually taking command of his own vessel. Yet for many fans, including Jones himself, it didn't feel like the story had fully concluded. I feel like there's more that can be explored, he says. The Delta Quadrant, the Federation's political evolution, how Saru fits into a universe post-Discovery. There's still room for him. It's that very room that sparks speculation. Where could Saru go next? Jones doesn't tip his hand completely, but he does hint at the opportunities that exist within the franchise's expanding landscape. Honestly, there are so many shows right now, he says. I could appear in one immediately if the story called for it. It's a wide open universe, and I think that's what's exciting. You never know which corner of Star Trek will need a familiar face or a familiar Kelpien. Indeed, Star Trek's current strategy seems tailor-made for such crossovers, with Strange New Worlds exploring the era before Kirk, Star Trek, Picard revisiting the legacy of Picard and his crew, and Lower Decks and Prodigy tackling more unconventional storytelling. There are multiple pathways for a character like Saru to reemerge. Jones himself has expressed interest in flexible storytelling. I love the idea of Saru showing up in different contexts, maybe mentoring, maybe leading, maybe even in a role that surprises people, he muses. Star Trek has always been about possibilities, and I feel like Saru embodies that. What makes Saru particularly compelling for continued appearances is his dual identity. As a Kelpien, he represents a species defined by survival and vigilance, one that carries the trauma of generations. As a Starfleet officer, he exemplifies diplomacy, curiosity, and courage. This duality makes him adaptable to many narrative scenarios. Could Saru join Picard's mission to rebuild alliances after the Romulan crisis? Could he appear in a Strange New Worlds flashback to explore early Starfleet history from a Kelpien perspective? Jones leaves the door open. I'm up for anything. If the story feels right and Saru belongs there, I'll be there. Fans are eager, of course, for concrete news. Online forums and social media buzz with theories, and even Star Trek writers hint at the interconnectedness of their storytelling. For Jones, the excitement isn't just about returning. It's about the opportunity to continue the character's growth. Saru's journey isn't static, he says. He evolves, he learns, he adapts. That's the joy of playing a character like this. Even after the show ends, you feel like there's more life to him. Moreover, Jones emphasizes that Star Trek isn't just a platform for entertainment. It's a vehicle for meaningful storytelling. What I love about Star Trek is that it explores who we are as humans, even through alien eyes, he reflects. Saru teaches us something about empathy, leadership, and courage. That's why I hope he continues to be a part of this universe. There are stories left to tell that could resonate deeply with audiences. As the Star Trek universe expands across multiple series and timelines, Jones is mindful of the franchise's core ethos. He's not chasing a role simply to reprise it. He's waiting for the right narrative. I want to respect Saru, and I want to respect Star Trek. If the opportunity arises, I want it to be meaningful. That's what makes our return impactful. So, while the exact path for Saru remains uncertain, one thing is clear. Doug Jones is ready to explore new galaxies, mentor new crews, and step back into the boots of a character who has already left an indelible mark on Star Trek lore. Whether it's a surprise cameo, a significant arc in an upcoming series, or even a flashback that reshapes our understanding of